This is Midweek Politics with Dave Pakman.
Hey, welcome to Midweek Politics. I'm David Pakman, and we are streaming live on midweekpolitics.com. And if you're with us live, feel free to call in, Lewis. We're actually taking live phone calls today for the first time in probably a year. 413-586-1750 is the number. I don't know if we'll get calls. I mean, we're just now starting to get the stream going again.
Right, but please only call if it's related to a topic that we're talking about or a political topic you want to talk about. Calls telling us...
No telemarketing calls.
No telemarketing, or just saying you like the show, saying you dislike the show.
Geez, Lewis, I don't know that I'm on board with this, Lewis. We just need calls at this point. We just want to
You just want to take any calls.
We'll take any calls. People want to criticize...
People says they love your jacket, you want that call.
If people say that, if people say they dislike Lewis or they like Lewis, whatever you want to talk about, 413-586-1750 is the number. I want to mention we have this iPad giveaway going on. Whoops, and as I hit my mic with the iPad, we actually have it here, and I'm holding it up for the camera. This is the actual iPad we'll be giving away. So it exists. Two options for getting in on the giveaway. Become a Midweek Politics member, which you can do on midweekpolitics.com, or sign up for our newsletter, which you can also do on midweekpolitics.com. Now, I'll tell you up front, your chances are 10 times better if you become a member. You get 10 entries instead of one. This is the actual iPad, and we'll be giving it away in less than 2 weeks at this point, Lewis, which is great.
Yeah.
Now, Lewis is not eligible, just so you know. I know Lewis has been registering like Lewis01@gmail.com, Lewis02@gmail.com, and every day I just have to delete those emails. So that strategy will not work. Is that fair, Lewis?
That is fair.
A couple of things going on that I want to mention that we'll be talking. The Christine O'Donnell thing is completely getting out of control, and we'll talk about it later. But first, I want to talk about Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And we didn't really talk about this in the last couple of weeks. Don't Ask, Don't Tell by a federal judge was deemed unconstitutional. And this is no surprise, Lewis. I mean, we have been saying all along, and it's, no pat on our back. Many people have been saying, you just can't, it's just not fair. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a violation of First Amendment rights for gay and lesbian men and women, and they should be able to serve openly in the military. Well, a Riverside judge has said he agrees. This is Virginia Phillips, district court judge, saying the policy of banning open gayness and lesbianism in the military does not preserve military readiness. It does not maintain unit cohesion. And hey, we knew that, Lewis. I mean, it makes no sense.
Absolutely, right.
Now, President Obama has called the ban a threat to national security. We've started to look at when will we have a vote? Well, we didn't get the vote we were expecting. And the Don't Ask, Don't Tell vote was wrapped up to a troop with a troop funding vote and a number of other things, as we often see done. And we didn't get a vote on it. It has essentially been stalled. And it's disappointing. And hopefully we will see that happen soon. But let's be honest, Lewis. I am at this point convinced that gay and lesbian men and women are getting closer and closer to being 5/5 of a person, right? I mean, that's
equality.
That's what we're talking about here. And, my message to the anti-gay crowd, to the God Hates Fags people, to the Peter LaBarbaras, to all of those people we've talked to, move on to something else. You can't stop the legalization of gay marriage, the legalization, or rather the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. You can maybe delay it with your crazy antics, but you are not going to be able to stop it. So I'm speaking directly to those people, Lewis, that are trying to stand in the way. Stop wasting your time. It is inevitable. It was inevitable that interracial marriage would be legalized. It was inevitable that women would get the right to vote. And it is inevitable that gay marriage will be legalized on a grand scale. Don't Ask, Don't Tell will be repealed. And gay and lesbian men and women will get closer and closer to being considered 5/5 of a person.
Right.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Right. The way things have been progressing, I don't even think it will take very long.
Well, the new poll right now on midweekpolitics.com is how long will it take for us to get to 20 states legalizing gay marriage? And you can log on to Midweek Politics and vote. I think it's going to be sometime within the next, I would like to say 5 years.
I was going to say the same thing.
It may be a little longer, but you never know. These things can happen quickly. And again, I would say to all of the anti-gay crowd, just move on to something else. Find something else to do. If you are like Peter LaBarbara and you need to go to more leather fetish festivals and photograph those instead of being anti-gay, do that. Let's move on because it is inevitable that that's the direction we're going. Midweek Politics is made possible in part by the Daily Hampshire Gazette and GazetteNet.com, connecting our communities with local news and information, by the National Priorities Project and Smith College Department of Government, hosting Congresswoman Donna Edwards on Sunday, October 3rd. More information at nationalpriorities.org. By DIF Design, specializing in custom business websites at difdesign.com. To find out more about underwriting Midweek Politics, visit midweekpolitics.com.